What's crack-a-lack-a literary geeks? Happy Tuesday. If you're a reader, you've read one, and if you're a writer, you've written one, and that is the infamous mirror scene where your character stares themselves in the mirror and describes their physical appearance for the reader. It's an amateur mistake that is boring and overdone to death, but then you're saying, how do I put this in my book at all? Because that's usually the, you wake up in the morning, you go to the mirror, and you look, and you're like, that is in fact my face. Also, please excuse any disgruntled cat noises in the background. My cat is sitting on my bed and yelling at me while I film this video. What? What do you want, Neater? When you write this into a book, it comes across awkward and stilted, because while you may look yourself in the mirror or catch a reflection in a window, you're not often going to look in the mirror and describe yourself as a character does. Then you're saying, Rachel, how do I get people to know what my character looks like if they're not conveniently drawn on the front cover? And that's what today's video is about, my friends. I here and now give you 5 places in your novel for your character to describe their physical appearance without using a mirror. For example, the first place that you can put in a character thinking about their physical description and describing it is when they first meet the love interest and or somebody that they are attracted to. I can't be alone in when I see somebody that I find attractive, automatically I'm like, oh, how's my hair look? Oh, I hope I don't have lipstick on my teeth. Hello there, attractive person. I am also an attractive person, I think, maybe. And that's when you can put in description of a character thinking maybe about if their hair is frizzy, or if they have a pimple on their chin that they're trying to cover up. Or oppositely, you could talk about how they feel super confident in their new shirt. It's a rainbow. And how that affects their mood going into that interaction. Similarly, someone may think about their appearance when they are going into a new situation that they've never been in before. This could be as simple as a contemporary novel where a girl is going into a new school across the country and she's noticing how, oh, the style here is very different than how I dress. Or it could be really extreme and a character accidentally gets teleported into a fantasy world and is like, I am wearing a Hot Topic sweater? And I feel like that's not appropriate in this situation. It doesn't also have to relate to physical appearance, it could also be like stature or body language. Say a character finds themselves with a bunch of elves suddenly, as you do sometimes. Maybe they're actually a tall person, but with all these elves they feel short, and how that affects them and how they interact with people. Or if it's someone who has never attended a dance class, and suddenly they feel very awkward in their body, and they don't know how to move as compared to these other professional people. Number 3 is when your character does not look or feel like your character for some reason. Say they're in a costume, or dressed up in something that they wouldn't normally wear, like a Cinderella going to the ball, or a character cross-dressing to infiltrate a secret society. Not only does this focus on their inner monologue about how they feel as someone else, or how they feel about acting like somebody else, or how they look so different than their normal appearance, also gives you a good opportunity to have other characters react to their sudden change of appearance. Does someone suddenly realize that they had feelings for this person all along after seeing them super glamorous for the first time? Or does someone have a newfound respect after seeing them pretend to be this grand general and actually like make a really good point against this political leader? Number 4 is something that I never thought about until I saw this on the internet, and that is you think a lot about your appearance when you meet someone from your family. For example, my mom and I and my aunt and my grandmother all look very similar. We have very similar facial features and structure to our jaw, and my nose is definitely like the family nose. And when we're all standing next to each other, you definitely can tell that we're related. And just like in real life, maybe your character doesn't like a piece of their face that comes from their family, or maybe they meet somebody and they think they look very similar and I don't know why, and you can later reveal that it's like a long lost sister or like the evil twin, or I don't know, whatever you want to do with your book. And lastly, number 5 is more of like a general tip and not just like a one physical feature help description tip, and that is, unlike the mirror scene, to stretch out your physical description over the course of a couple of chapters or even the entire book and not have it all in one info dump mirror session at the very beginning. You can make a throwaway comment about how the character flips their hair over their shoulder and they're like, wow, my blonde hair sure is getting long. Or you can have maybe the love interest like halfway through the book be like, wow, your eyes are so blue, but you don't have to just put it all at the very beginning and be like, this character looks like this and has this kind of hair and this kind of whether you're describing a person or a setting or a world, I find writers tend to want to give the full picture all at once to the reader to give this kind of like overarching cohesiveness of like, this is like this and this is like this and this is like this. here, but sometimes stretching things out makes it feel a lot more organic to the reader. And when you think about it, you have a whole book to describe things. So like, just chill. I hope some of these things were helpful. I know personally I love to do the full info dump descriptionifying of something, so it's something that I definitely have to work on, and maybe I can take some of these tips to heart. Join us at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on Sunday for our live chat, and I hope to see you guys all there. Have a good week!